Okay, so yesterday we started talking about credit. We talked about credit scores, layaway, and an installment plan. So today we're going to start talking about credit cards. Credit cards is not like a debit card, so you can't just spend everything that's in your account already. A credit card adds and adds and adds, and then you pay it off at the end of the month. So let's start with impulse buying. Impulse buying is when a customer purchases something to which they were suddenly attracted to. But had no real intention of buying. So we've all impulse bought before, if I could speak, which is just like you see something, you're like, oh, I love that so much, and you probably shouldn't really buy it, and you don't really intend to buy it, but you do it anyways just because you liked it. Credit cards are really easy to impulse buy because you don't have to pay immediately. They just go on your card, and voila, you have bought it. But of course, we know that you actually have to pay it back. The second word is the Truth in Lending Act. So this protects you if your card gets stolen. So say someone steals my card and they go spend, oh my, there were the bells. Say someone steals my card and they spend $20. If they spend $20, then I have to pay $20. If they pay $100, the max I have to pay is $50. Okay, so if they spend 0 to 49, you have to pay that actual amount. But if they buy 50 or above, then you only have to pay $50. So let's use that for example 1. Frank lost his credit card in a local mall. He notified his creditor before the card was used. However, later in the day, someone found the card and charged $700 worth. So this is another note. If you notify your bank before the credit card is even used, you have to pay $0. You only have to pay if the person spends money on your credit card after you report it. So if you report it immediately, then you don't have to pay anything. But if you report it after they spend money, then you do have to pay. Example 2. Credit card companies issue a monthly statement. Therefore, APR, annual percentage rate, must be converted into a monthly percentage rate. If the APR is 21.6, what is the monthly interest rate? All right, so we have not talked about this before. APR is basically, it stands for annual percentage rate, but it is basically the interest. Okay, so this is the interest. And it's always written as annually, which is a whole year. So 21.6% is for the entire year. They want to know the monthly interest rate. So how do we get from years to months? We divide by 12. So 21.6 divided by 12. And that will give us the monthly rate of 1.8%. And I'm just going to write monthly. So anytime you see APR, that is the annual rate. Down here we have the average daily balance, which is the, obviously, average of the amounts you owed each day of a billing period. We're going to talk about billing period next week whenever we talk about credit card statements. But basically, average daily balance is just the average of everything you spend every day. So say you spend $2 one day, you spend $3 the next day, and you spend $4 the next day. If you average those all together, 2 and 3 and 4, your average is 3. So your average daily balance is $3. Here we have a formula for finance charge. So So finance charge, if we remember, is the interest and all of the fees added up together. So if you want to find the finance charge, it is the monthly rate. So remember, APR divided by 12, the monthly rate divided by 100 multiplied by the average daily balance. So let's look at this example. This probably doesn't make sense right now, but we'll look at an example. Rebecca, from example 3, well, we didn't do this example 3, so just mark that out, pays a finance charge on her average daily balance. Her average daily balance was $1,441.60. Her APR is 18%. What is her finance charge for the billing cycle? So, first we have the APR, but we don't want the APR. We want the monthly rate. So let's divide that APR by 12. 18 divided by 12 is 1.5%. That is the monthly rate. So now we can use the formula up above. Finance charge equals the monthly rate over 100. The monthly rate was 1.5 over 100 times her average daily balance, which was $1,441.60. Do that in your calculator. I'll give you a minute. And you should have gotten, I believe, $21.62. So that's the finance charge, which means that is the extra money, interest, fees, all that, that's getting added to her balance every single month. So every month, that is how much she has to pay in interest, basically. All right, Jared's average daily balance for last month was $560. The finance charge was $8.12. Part A says what is the monthly percentage rate, and then part B, what is the APR. So I'm just going to write the formula again. Finance charge, and it is the monthly over 100 times, I'm just going to say ADB, average daily balance. Which, by the way, we're going to talk about average daily balance a lot more in the next few weeks. I believe next week. So if you're like, what even is that? Don't worry, we're going to talk about it later. Okay, so what is the monthly percentage rate? That's what we want to find out. So let's plug everything in that we know. Here it says the finance charge was 8.12. So put that there for finance charge. The monthly rate we didn't know, so that's X over 100 times the average daily balance, 560. I'm going to rewrite this 8 because it's a little sloppy. So all we have to do is find the X. Remember, from opposite operations, we have to, this is being multiplied, the 560 is being multiplied, so we do the opposite. We divide. Divide. So these two cancel. Multiplication and division cancel out. 8.12 divided by 560. Do that in your calculator. You should get 0.0145 equals X over 100. So that's the first step. Now we still want to get that X by itself. We have to get rid of the 100. So since it's dividing, we multiply and do the opposite. And we have X equals 1.45%. Now that is part A. I forgot to put that over here, but here is part A. Part B is what is the APR. So if you have the monthly rate, you want to find the yearly rate. This time we multiply by 12. Oh my goodness. 1.45 multiplied by 12 is 17.4%. So that is the APR. Alrighty, so that is the end of the notes. I'm gonna show you. Alright, so week 10. Here are the notes, the blank ones and the filled out ones. If you go back, at home folder. All right, so we have 2 assignments this week, a commercial assignment and a writing assignment. The commercial assignment is, here are 2 commercials. You watch them both on YouTube, and then you do this assignment. Now, I do have it in paper version, so if you wanted to do that, go ahead and get it. It's a front and a back. Here it is. So there are 6 questions about each commercial. The first commercial is Matt and Katie. There are 6 questions about them. So Matt says Katie brought his credit score down. What are 2 things she could do to make her credit, what are 2 things she might have done to make her credit bad? Then there are just some problems, layaway plan, blah, 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 all this stuff. Then there is commercial 2 for James. Some of them are writing, some of them are problems. So that is the first one. Make sure to watch the videos for the commercials. They're really funny and cute. I love them. So there are those commercials. Then this is the writing assignment. So there are 5 questions and you just write away. So what is a credit score? Make sure to use your own words. Why do people look at someone's credit score? Why is a credit score important, basically? All of these questions. So those are the 2 assignments we have this week. Message me if you need anything or have any questions.